Hello everyone, and this is part 2 of my Sakura sketchbook. As you can see here, I almost done with this pencil right here. This pencil is very small, so I'm almost finished with it. This pencil I've been mostly been using for the draw most of these drawings at least. For the past few days and stuff. Yeah, it's almost finished too, so it's like tiny. You can do drawings with it. Yeah, I'm probably just going to finish all these pencils that I have here because well, let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six. I have six pencils that I haven't finished yet. Yeah, because I actually don't draw most of my pencils because it cramps my fingers a little bit. But well, it didn't cramp this time because I didn't really make that much drawings. I guess because I've been making too much drawings. Like certain days, I'm making like 5 or 6 drawings of characters, and that can kind of, or 5 or 6 drawings of characters, and that sometimes hurt my fingers sometimes because there's so many drawings. Yeah, don't draw too much, kids. Yeah, if you feel like drawing, don't at least try to draw a character that you'd like to draw, but like don't draw too many different kinds of characters with different body shapes and stuff. At least keep it consistent. Don't be like me and be like all messy and stuff. So let's start. Here's speaking of scroll, waving hi to you guys as usual. This is the last drawing, my last Sakura sketchbook. And here is some characters from the Pocket Forest cartoon episode, or it's Pocket Force 4 as well. It's Dart and Ember. Yeah, that's Talon and Angel's kids, by the way. Yeah. It's a pretty funny cartoon. It actually did especially well on YouTube. I thought I was going to do as much as one of my Fucking Force comics YouTube videos, which doesn't get any love at all, honestly. Yeah, unless you click on the playlist because you're interested in my Fucking Force comics that way. Yeah. Yeah, the cartoon was pretty much just a continuation of my Fucking Force comics that way. Maybe I'll do one for a werewolf and Chicago Discovery as well. Let me do a cartoon episode of those too. Yeah. Well, at least werewolf. Yeah. Here's the elf lady, as usual. The cute elf lady character in a long dress. I keep changing up her hair a little bit too much too, because I think the first time I drew her with longer hair. Hair was more just styled out like this. It was like longer. Yeah. Because I drew this. I think I drew this elf lady character like years ago when I decided to draw a character with a long dress. It was like very adorable, so I decided to draw her multiple times years later. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because her hair looks kind of like plasticky a little bit. Kind of looks like a Barbie doll a little bit. At least her hair does. Yeah, it's a little like extra hair sometimes. Maybe I'll draw her hair longer next time. Yeah. Here's some dragon characters that I used to like to draw from years from now. Well, not years from now, like years before. I've been drawing these characters for years. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, here's Merlin, Rex, and Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, the European dragon. I did change up Ryan's design a little bit. I couldn't put a longer nose this time to look more dragon-like, as opposed to Rex's design. I mean, I guess Rex already looks more like a dragon already. He looks more like an Asian dragon. Like if Asian dragons had him to land, that'll probably be Rex the dragon. Yeah, because he's a land dragon, doesn't fly. Yeah, Merlin's the fairy dragon character. He uses magic and stuff. I mean, he usually uses magic to pull pranks on people and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I did include him in Funko Force 4 too. I included him in animation of him and he put price on Rex and Rex blowing fire at him, and I included him in the Fucking Force 4 where he's putting pranks on the officers, on the Scott Patrol officers, and he gets attacked that way. Yeah, okay, he gets arrested for trying to pull pranks on people and stuff. On this guy, it's pretty funny. Here's Delta, the Afro Play Lady or the Aeromorph Lady. Yeah, she's kind of like shy in this photo right here. I guess could it be that she has a crush on Chopper? Probably. Probably not. Sure. She probably has a crush on another character. Probably. Yeah. But she's just like shy in this photo right here, in this drawing right here. Yeah, I guess because she's in front of her crush and she doesn't know what to say, so she's like not saying anything. Yeah. Here's the mushroom from Karate Bugs, who's a fighter now. Yeah. I guess because I think Karate Bugs episode 12 didn't really do that well on Newgrounds that way. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I guess because people are not familiar with much as a character. So the individual episodes about him training and stuff, they usually don't do well, as opposed to the episodes about the actual cast and stuff. And people have been watching for years and stuff. I guess people will rather watch things that they're used to, honestly. Yeah, at least characters that they're used to than newer characters. Much is pretty much a new character. Pretty much a. I mean, he's been there from the first episode, but he hasn't been a good guy until like episode 10. Yeah, until he changes allegiance to fight against Doctor Senti and his like band of millipedes and the arachnids to control fight for his right for people's rights and stuff. Yeah, fight people and mushroom people. Here's Haku, the sea dragon. Yeah, I drew him more like serpent like in this drawing. It's cooler, honestly, too, because I included him with his usual sail, but his sail is more like spiky this time. It's more like a dragon this time, actually, like a sea dragon. Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of toxicity. Like, no, well, at least his sail does. His sail looks like the Pokemon toxis. I don't know how to pronounce it. Toxicity, I think. Tox. It's what Toxel wasn't do. Toxicity, yeah, that's what I call him. Yeah, he's like, he has this like spiky, like electric hair. It's kind of like similar to fur. Well, it's a lot electric fur he usually has on his back of his head. It looks kind of like this. Toxicity, yeah. I changed up the design a little bit too to include the make it more fierce, like more dragon like. Yeah, so that's Haku, the sea dragon. Here's Console Man, which I made constant animations of, and I think I made an animation first of him of his character first, and then I made a flipbook of his character. And the flipbook outperformed the IPS Paint animation by a mile. It actually got 2,000. It actually got over 2,000 views on YouTube. The flipbook animation I did of this character, Console Man, as opposed to the normal animation I made of him. Yeah, I guess people prefer hand drawn animation. Stands out. I guess hand drawn animation stands out more over digital animation on YouTube because people have been making digital animations for years now. So when they see like basic traditional animation, they find it interesting and stuff. Yeah, especially since you can watch videos of documentaries about how Walt Disney or Tex Avery or Hanna-Barbera make their cartoons, and those pull in like lots of views and stuff because people find that interesting and stuff. Documentaries, yeah, I guess because that's probably why my how to make a flipbook video did well because people wanted to learn how to make flipbooks themselves. Flipbooks are pretty cool too. Yeah, if you have a kid that wants to get into animation, have them do flipbooks first. Because flipbooks are pretty simple and pretty easy to. You can buy a flipbook kit from Amazon for cheap, for cheap, like a flipbook kit from Amazon, for cheap, and you can teach them how to draw, and you can just do flipbook animations that way. Yeah, you can teach them doing that way. Yeah, because you actually get to keep your animations sometimes. Yeah, I had to put all my digital animations on a hard drive in order to keep them. Yeah. Here's Hugo from Cat Alley Adventures. He's a cowboy character or cat guy character. Yeah. Hugo, the cat guy or cowboy. This your if you guys ever watch Cat Alley Adventures comic, this reminds you of Gumball a little bit, like cowboy characters. Maybe. Huh. It kind of reminds me of Gumball a little bit in terms of character. Yeah, at least in terms of his character in Cat Adventures. Here's some weasel drawings, or at least some otter drawings. I think these are either otters or weasels. I think they look more weasel-like than otters. But this was originally supposed to be an otter drawing, but but it turned out more weasel like than otter like. Yeah, here's him standing up. Here's him doing normal pose. Here's him laughing. It's pretty cute. Yeah. Here's a sunflower character that I have the book of too. Sunflower character, and this character was inspired by Plants vs Zombies, I think. Or not really, because I haven't really played Plants vs Zombies in a while, honestly. So I did play Plants vs Zombies on my tablet a lot, but this character was inspired by most the sunflower character from my from the sunflower character in Karate Bugs. She looks more like that one than the sunflower from Plants vs Zombies. Yeah, she's a sunflower lady character. Yeah. Here's the goblin lady character. She's going on her phone. She's just texting people and stuff. It's a cute goblin lady character. She looks similar to the. I guess her ears look similar to the elf lady character. Yeah. Maybe I need to draw the elf lady's character. Maybe I need to redesign the elf lady character a little bit. Yeah, because she looks too similar to other characters now. Because this was originally supposed to be the ear design was originally the Goblin Girl lady character, but since I drew her more, her design kind of crept into the Elf Lady's design. Yeah, because the Elf Lady design used to have longer ears than the Goblin Girl, the Goblin Lady character. Yeah. Here's Figgy the Squirrel again, as usual, because I love drawing Figgy the Squirrel. It's a cute squirrel character. I guess her design will. I guess Vicky's design was originally inspired by Happy Tree Friends, because I used to watch Happy Tree Friends a lot. It's one of those cartoons that I really liked as a kid. I really like as a teenager, but I don't like as an adult anymore. Yeah, I mean, even if you ignore the violence of that show, if you don't mind the violence, the goriness, but if you don't mind the gore and the violence of Happy Tree Friends, there's pretty much just one joke throughout the entire series. This character's dying horrible deaths, like gory, like horrible, like violent, gory deaths since every episode. Yeah, it's pretty much the same joke in every episode. So you pretty much get bored with it at all. Yeah. But I think that the cool thing about Happy Tree Friends is that the fan base has made their own animations of Happy Tree Friends, and it's very cool, honestly. And that's what inspired Figgy the Squirrel was the fan art from Happy Tree Friends. Yeah. Especially since people draw the Happy Tree Friends characters more anthropomorphic. So that's what the inspiration of Figgy the Squirrel a little bit. Yeah. That's why she was like Happy Tree Friends character. Yeah. Figgy the Squirrel. I wonder, do you guys remember when Happy Tree Friends came back? They came back for one episode and then vanished off the face of the planet? That was kind of crazy. Ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Here's Fang the Dragon. As usual. Fang the Dragon, the dragon character. He was originally supposed to be four-legged, but I drew him more standing upwards when I tried to draw him more, because he was too similar to Ryan. So I decided to draw him more upwards. With more Betapel that way. So draw more upward standing and stuff. So more, you definitely looks more like a dragon that way than usual. He's a fierce dragon guy who loves to fight and stuff. He loves to fight. Well, he fights for the fun of fighting, where they fight for mates and stuff. Yeah, he's not like the dinosaur kaiju. Yeah. I guess he was in Sakura Force 4 too, I think. Yeah. Here's a Moss Lady character who has the same problem as Delta. She's a shy. I guess she's more happy than Delta was in terms of her crush on someone. I'm not telling you who she has a crush on, but she has a crush on somebody. Yeah. Yeah. It's a cute Moss Lady character. And she was in Fire Force 3 in Fire Force 3 is kind of age restricted because it's not anything sexual or like it's not anything like too crazy, but it's like it's probably too crazy for YouTube at least. At least I had the age restricted on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to. It's pretty much characters making out, but not like actually having sex or anything like that way. Yeah. Here's Solomon, the saber-tooth tiger man. Cool saber-tooth tiger man character. He's like a martial artist. Yeah, he's kind of similar to Hugo, honestly. At least his hair right here, like his fur on his side, similar to Hugo. But he's more like a saber-tooth guy. I guess he's like a combination between Tiger and Hugo from Kyle Adventures, but he's a more like a saber-tooth guy, saber-tooth tiger man. Yeah, he's a warrior of his code. He's Jackalope using his electric powers. He shoots out electric balls out of his antlers. It's cool electric powers that way. Maybe you have more of a presence in more werewolf media in the future. Because I do want more werewolf stuff. Because I haven't made any werewolf content in a while, aside from I guess the werewolf remake. But I want to be able to make more werewolf stuff in the future. At least probably maybe I will make an animation of werewolf one of these days, like I did with Pumpkin Force. Yeah, but this time it'll be animation instead. Because I think the comics take too long to make, honestly. Yeah, because I had to draft out the comics first, and then I had to like draw them digitally. And I had to draw the pages individually, and as soon as I'm finished, I do the comic read through of it. And this could take like a whole week, honestly, or at least like 2 weeks to make. Yeah, as opposed to my animations, which only take like a few days to finish. Because my animations are not really that long anyway. Most of my animations are less than 2 minutes, or at least 2 minutes longer. Because Karate Bugs is currently my longest animation, and that originally didn't have any color. So yeah. Plus IBS Paint can't really handle long animations anyway. Because at least on the free version of IBS Paint. Yeah. Yeah, the app is mostly an art app more than an animation app. I guess they added that animation feature when Flipbook paywalled their paywalled all of their quality of life features on Flipbook Plus, which sucks. Yeah, Flipbook sucks now. So here's a kaiju character, I guess it's like a half bull, half rhino kaiju character. Yeah, it's standing upright too. It's a combination between a bull and a rhino. He's standing upright. He's like a kaiju character. I want to be able to make more kaiju characters that way too. I guess this character was originally supposed to be a rhino standing upward, like a rhino man, but I decided to add more features like two horns inside here and a nose ring, like you see, like a sentinel nose ring, like you see in like bulls and stuff. So he's half bull, half rhino. It's very cool. Here's some drawings of some birds. I guess this was originally supposed to be a penguin, but I decided to draw wings on him. I guess he's more like a woodpecker, technically, or a hummingbird. Is this a hummingbird or a woodpecker? I guess it looks. I mean, I guess his legs are pretty short, so I guess he's more like a hummingbird. But this drawing down here looks more like a woodpecker. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to draw a bird, but I didn't know what kind of bird I wanted to draw, so I just decided to draw this one. Yeah, I guess it's technically more like a pharaoh, kind of like Pokemon. Yeah. And here's Blade doing a karate kick. Blade from Karate Bugs. Yeah. Maybe I'll make maybe one of these days I'll make an episode about Blade specifically, like a backstory about him. I was planning on making a backstory about Blade in the future. Like, I want to make a backstory about him, or episode about him specifically. Because every character has their own role in Karate Bugs except for Blade, because Blade's he's just there. Yeah, maybe in the future probably maybe in this episode probably I'll make a story about Blade. Yeah, Blade the Mantis from Karate Bugs. So that's been my part 2 of my Sakura sketchbook. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna throw this pencil away and just draw with another pencil because this pencil is basically too small to draw in anymore. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to draw on this pencil right here, and probably finish all my pencils at least. Yeah. So So that's been part 2 of my Sakura sketchbook. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and that's it.